So by now we have learned how to design the employee dashboard. Okay, so we can get all the information required as per the detail. Okay, so the fundamental process thing that what this course is to communicate to you is how to do the process. Okay, it's not about making a standard dashboard, okay, because that standard dashboard or making any particular standard dashboard would not fit, may or may not fit to your organization. Okay, so that is why this course has been designed in such a manner that you as an individual can go and design your own dashboard according to your requirement. The process or the fundamentals behind that remains the same. So once we have got the employee dashboard ready, then our next part is to make our entire organization or the HR dashboard ready. I'll going very slowly in this case of HR dashboard because there are n numbers of different calculation related to your attrition, calculation related to your number of employees to calculate the average the salary that need to the compensation need to be calculated. So on numbers of different calculation need to be done here. Okay, so on the basis of that we will be going slowly in the next lecture. Okay, so it will be divided into different sections and then we will be moving one by one in this area. Okay, so let's start our building on an open canvas. So the let's make our first thing is that we need to have the employee count. Okay. Now employee count, if you we have to go again and study our employee master data. Okay. So we have got the employment status as active and inactive. So inactive are basically those employees who have left the organization, and active those who are working in the organization. Okay. So we have different employment type, that is maybe regular HR option or bond or related to contract. So we need to have all this informations. Okay, and then in which year, what is the total number of employees working in different age group and so on. Okay, so let's start with our basic calculation. So we have four different types of employment, that is we have got regular contract, and then we have got the HR option. Let it be no fill as if no border, and then let it be not border. Okay, so we have got different four different kind of employment. Okay, and then we need how many of them are active and how many of them are inactive, and this will again give us the total. The process for calculating is simple. All we need is to use the function of count ifs. Okay. Because there are two criteria to be checked. We will not be using the count if function. We will be using the count ifs function. Okay. So first is that we need to have the criteria range. Okay. So we'll go to the master data, that the dashboard or the employee master we have. Okay. And on this particular column, we will select from all the data and then freeze the cell and go back to our sheet that we are making and check that we have got this particular information that should be active. Okay, and then we will be looking forward for those employees who are working as a contract. So this is the employment type, so we'll go to the employment state again, and we will check for the employment type. Okay, and we are looking forward for the employment type that is related to regular. Okay. So just a moment, let me just re-enter the data. I think I have some. So we have got the employment status. Okay. Click F4 and then go to sheet and select. And then we will be selecting the freezing the column only. So we have getting the values. I think I made some mistake here. So The mistake I made here is basically I was not selecting the entire data sheet. Okay, so I selected here, but that was not there. So you need to be very careful while selecting the entire database. Okay. And just we can just pull it down. We will be getting all the employees. So we have got 422 employees. Okay. So you can just have the total. So equal to sum of all this number. And for inactive, all we need is to just copy this data and paste it here. Rest all remains same. This will be becoming D. So we have got this number of inactive employees, and we just pull down and we'll get the information. So we just drag it drop, and the sum will be equal to this plus. Okay, so we have got regular 486 employees, out of which 135 has left, and so on. So we can also calculate the percentage of the employees. Okay, so we can write percentage active of total, and we can have this total divided by, oh, sorry, this divided by total. So we get the values, and then we can convert it into percentage. So we can get that all the values. So we can phrase this as, so can just drag it drop, and then we can move it to here. It will be the formula remains the same, and this will be again this will be your total will be 100% according, because it is distributed accordingly. Now we know that for our total regular combines of the three, that is your regular HR absorption and bond. So we can just put equal to this plus. Now this structure depends upon organization to organization. That is what your organization is basically talking about. Okay, so we have got 420, and then 20 is our contract. So we can have the contract. The contract is just one. So similarly, we can just drag it drop. So this will be the calculation will be changing here. Okay, because it will be this calculation will be. So you can just put down the calculation here. Just the calculation. So 71% comprises of the total regular. But when we talk about only regular, it is 72% because the distribution will be different. And this is inactive, percentage inactive. So this particular data, okay, that need to be that can be put into the sheet. Okay, so we have the calculation sheet. Let's make a dummy sheet for us for our HR dashboard. Okay, so let's rename as HR dashboard. So we have got the HR dashboard here. And let's move the data related to HR dashboard here. Okay. So I've got us one image that let's say copy that. So I filled all the details here and just copy pasted the data and made that data and keep our information ready. Okay. Now this is the grid that is making us a little uncomfortable to work with. So we can go to the page layout and remove the grid lines. Okay. So once the grid line is removed, it is looking more appealing, and we can arrange our the work accordingly what we have done. Okay. Now the next thing in this sheet, we will be doing the calculate the number of males and the females, but they need to be active. Okay, because we are least bothered about those employees who have left the organization, whether that comes from the male or the female. So we have the male and female. Okay. And all we are need is to concerned about the whether they are active or not. Okay. So again, countifs, criteria range. So we go to the employee master, and in case of the employee master, we check it for whether they are active as fields, and then we need to go to our sheet and check whether they are active or not. Freeze this, and then we will be checking in the gender column or the sex we have. Here are you. So we have got the male and the female. Freeze the cell, and then we are looking forward for the male images. So we just need to freeze the column, and then so we've got 407 males and 15 females. Now for this we need to design again a chart. Okay. So what we'll do is not to prepare the chart, because when we will be preparing the chart for this particular thing, it will be taking lots of space. Okay. So because we have space congestion here, we have to put lots of information, and if we make it more the compact, it will be difficult for any person to get so much of information. So clustered, it should be clear but not clustered. Okay. So we can just use the connection there. Okay. So we can just let me see. So insert illustrations, and let's see, we have got icons. If you are not having any icons, you can always use the images and download that. Okay. So we need images related to male female, so we can use this one. Let's see if we have something more better with that. So let's select this one and this one. Insert two. Okay, so we have got two images here for male and female. So both of them are superstars in our organization. Okay, so we've got males and females, superpower, and then what we'll do is to you know uh, insert a shape here or a text box. Okay, and then we inserted the text box here. Just copy that text box, and so we have got two text box sitting next to next, and go to the formula bar. Okay, write equal to, and we did our calculation here. It is 407, and then we will go to the formula bar equal to. Now what is happening here is just need to work a little, decorate it. Of course, they are Superman and Super Ladies. So we have got this, and let's make it as pink. So we do not have more color, and let's make it as pink. And this one as Mr. Blue. And then we can again use the bold. You have to work a little bit on that. Okay, so make it a little bit of beautiful. The more you make it beautiful, the more it will be appealing. Okay, you can also change the color of the image also. Okay, Okay, so you can go for graphic options, graphic fill, make it pink, and then let's make it Mr. Blue. Okay, so it can be easy for us to identify which are male and female, okay, without giving any data. So this is one part. See you in the next section again.